with everybody saying why. Hello everybody, my name is Sancho West and I am an LA Knight fan. I've made multiple videos on this channel. I cannot talk about LA Knight as much as I can, but dude, today is the day we have to talk about LA Knight. Welcome to Sancho West Wrestling. I talk about all things wrestling here, and today's episode is about LA Knight. And is he gone? Is he being written off? There's so many question marks. What happened to him on Monday night after he got tsunami'd by Bronson Reed on top of a car? And it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that there's already people on the internet thinking that LA Knight is gone. Like LA Knight is gonna show up as Eli Drake, somebody else. It just makes no sense to say this when literally LA Knight was in the finals the last time is now against Gunther and had a banger of a match and by far had the crowd on his side and was so close to getting that match against John Cena. The frustrating thing about LA Knight as in terms of his booking and being an LA Knight fan has always been the follow-up. He always has great promos and he has a great swell of support getting into a big time match, and then all of a sudden the follow-up Monday Night Raw, the follow-up SmackDown, all those big episodes after the big fallout from the PLE, nothing happens to LA Knight. Has a big match against Logan Paul, really nothing happens after that. Has a great match at WrestleMania against Jacob Fatu, really nothing happens to get that. Have a great match against Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, really nothing happens to that. Gets really close to winning the Money in the Bank, nothing happens after that. Gets screwed over by AJ Styles, barely gets a program with AJ Styles, then really nothing happens about that. That is the issue, and that was I was waiting for to make this video, is to sit there and see what is the WWE going to do with LA Knight after his situation, after him coming so close to being John Cena's final opponent. And so Monday Night Raw came along and he comes out and saves Rey Mysterio. I'm like, all right, interesting thing. It's really tough to be inside the Rey Mysterio vortex, but sometimes you could do something out of that. And what do? They give him Logan Paul. I'm like, okay, I've been enjoying what Logan Paul has been doing. Logan Paul joining the Vision has really worked well with Logan Paul. Logan Paul literally being a Paul Heyman guy has spoke volumes about Logan Paul. And even John Cena in the latest Chris Van Vliet interview has said that Logan Paul is underrated. And I'm like, yes, this is great. They had a great match going into that SummerSlam. Logan Paul, LA Knight. LA Knight had that big fun thing where he was in the pool and had the fun United States match. Really, really good feud coming out of that close to getting to John Cena's finals. At the same time, LA Knight has been feuding the longest with the Vision, and considering that Logan Paul just joined the Vision, this works out. And then what happens? They have a great solid match, and all of a sudden out comes Bron Breakker, out comes Bronson Reed, and oh my god, it's deja vu again for LA Knight fans. We've seen this before. We've played these games before. And when we play them, LA Knight's always on the outside looking in. He's always picked first at the beginning, but then when the lights are on, he's never picked to be on Team WWE against the team heels. He's always on the outside looking in. When Survivor Series rolls along, he's not considered to be picked. And this is what was so frustrating for LA Knight fans going into the Survivor Series, is that considering that LA Knight's been part of this story for such a long time, and he's not even part of the biggest climax of the story inside of a steel cage, inside of War Games, and LA Knight is missing. And so it feels like the WWE has already put to bed the whole John Cena thing, has already put to bed the Survivor Series War Games. So they put that in the background and they decided, oh, let's restart all the stories that we had before all these runs. And that was LA Knight feuding with the Vision, dealing with Seth Rollins. Remember, it is LA Knight is one of the few men to actually pin Seth Rollins on Saturday night's main event. So here we are, the stage is set. Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker are now destroying LA Knight. And they decided to kick it up a notch. They let him get destroyed. They let Bron Breakker cut a promo in the ring as LA Knight is sauntering, getting carried out by referees. He's trying to recover. The referees, he shakes him off. He's like, no, I'm going to go ahead and finish. Now, it would have been a lot cooler if LA Knight made his way back into the ring. Again, I've always been a proponent. If this is your first time here and checking out the channel, I've always said that it's the details that matter. When Gunther tapped out LA Knight, I hated that he tapped him out, but I understood why he tapped him out, because it's to serve the complexity of the story of John Cena and Gunther wanting him to give up. That's why they had LA Knight do that. They made a strong guy, a strong babyface, tap out to Gunther so that when John Cena's in the same predicament in Saturday's main event, we will have flashbacks to LA Knight going, oh no, he made LA Knight tap out. He made main event Jey Uso tap out. That's why they did that. So we flash forward to here. It's all about the details, right? People wanted him to pass out instead of Gunther doing it, but of course that doesn't serve John Cena's story, like I just said. So here we are, Monday night, when LA Knight shakes off the ref. I thought, oh my God, this is gonna be really cool. He's gonna go back into the ring. The bravado, the stubbornness, the baby face is gonna go back into the ring in a 3v1 and kind of stand toe to toe and go over it again. And that'd be like, damn man, LA Knight, all right. This dude has no reason to give up as well. He has that hustle, loyalty, respect. He has that never back down attitude, and he's gonna go in there and even though the odds are stacked against him. But no, instead, Bron Breakker cuts his promo. Then Bronson Reed and Logan Paul go out into the backstage arena and they beat up LA Knight once again. And Logan and Bronson Reed put the boots to him. And then they put the old Braun Strowman. And they have Bronson Reed tsunami LA Knight as the cherry on top. Because before we got into this part of the segment, the match ended with like 15 minutes left to go. And we're like, what's going to happen here? And not only that cherry on top is a big tsunami from Bronson Reed, but the frosting, the decorations, I guess the last note is that the Masked Man has been harassing LA Knight the entire night. I forgot to mention that the Masked Man curb stomped LA Knight in the middle of that match. And then once again, the Masked Man comes back. Like, it is crazy to me that LA Knight is such a pivotal character in the Vision that he is literally, for people assuming he's going to get written off now, I don't think LA Knight's going to get written off until Royal Rumble. I don't think he's going to be written off even further than that. There's no way. I truly do believe in my heart of hearts, and no matter what, I am living a blind life with LA Knight glasses, that LA Knight will return sooner than later. There's just no way that you will shelve LA Knight when he's actually now swelling up again. And this is a manufactured swell, okay? This is not LA Knight getting himself over. This is not LA Knight posting videos on television or on the internet, on Twitter. This is not LA Knight making his own YouTube videos, which is ways wrestlers have been getting themselves over, which I don't ever think is a bad thing, okay? This is actually the WWE producing a story, making characters get involved in the written off or the break of LA Knight. Now, Cody Rhodes has returned from far less, of course, and Cody Rhodes got obliterated by Drew McIntyre in his bus, slayed out looking like he was on death's door. He got obliterated by the final boss, look at you now, Mama Rhodes style, and he came back the next week. Now this is a little different, right? My only kind of course, or I guess the only thing I could refer to that this happened in the past is with Braun Strowman, right? Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed going back and forth in the whole exploding car. And then guess who came hobbling back? Braun Strowman. So does LA Knight have that coat of armor? Does he have the plot armor of a Braun Strowman to be able to come back from a tsunami? You have to remember he took 2 tsunamis in the ring as well. Seth Rollins took 6 tsunamis and he was written off for a bit. And then Roman Reigns took a couple of tsunamis, was written off for a bit. So looking at all that and then looking to what's happening here, I don't think it's a Ricochet type of situation. And if you're new to the WWE, you're wondering who's Ricochet. Well, Ricochet was a kind of a mid-card babyface. This man was extremely athletic. By far had his banger matches with Logan Paul. He was probably like a highlight machine as well. He would have some moments in Royal Rumbles, but one of the best moments is, I think, in Royal Rumble history is Logan Paul, Ricochet jumping out, colliding in the middle of the ring. It was really sick. Ricochet gets obliterated by Bron Breakker. The final match he had in the ring was Bron Breakker just destroying him in the background and then literally lawn darting him into the production truck. And that was the last we saw Ricochet, because some odd 30 days later, it pops up in AEW. I don't think that's going to happen with LA Knight. I think LA Knight, as you can see, is the workhorse of the WWE. He's a workhorse without singles gold. He's a workhorse like Seth Rollins without that heavyweight title. He has statistically put on the most matches in the WWE. This dude loves to work. 70 matches in a year. It's even something that John Cena, as I mentioned in the previous episode, accoladed. He was like, hell yeah, dude. There's someone out there putting in the work. I do believe that LA Knight is probably getting rewarded for all his hard work and is going to take a little holiday vacation until the new year. Put him on ice for a little bit. Would it be cool to make him pop up in the Royal Rumble? That's a long time. I do think LA Knight has a good chance of winning the Royal Rumble and has a good chance of winning Elimination and Money in the Bank. Those are the three things I believe is the only way for LA Knight to get into the stratosphere of being a champion. Even having a championship match at a PLE, and the most important thing, as someone who's been watching LA Knight for years closely, is that getting a singles, all right? Getting a singles title match. I feel like it's been forever since LA Knight actually had one. In fact, that anytime he comes to the main event level, he's always a triple threat or a fatal four-way, and he always hits a BFT, and someone always breaks the pin, or it gets so close to like a rope break like they did against Gunther. So that's what I mean. I don't think you're going to throw away everything that LA Knight has been doing with the WWE, and to have someone like LA Knight succeed somewhere else will make the WWE look really bad. Now, the last thing I'll leave you on this video is I don't think LA Knight's style works anywhere else better than the WWE. You could probably put him on an Impact or TNA, but that's part of the WWE adjacent. You can put him on AEW, but I really do believe he works the WWE style the best. His matches feel like WWE. They're really safe and they really have great ebb and flows. And I don't think you're going to see LA Knight jumping off a ladder or LA Knight going through glass or anything crazy like that, like AEW likes to ask for his wrestlers. I don't think you're going to see Jon Moxley do his thing, like the writers like to do. And I'm trying to, keep ads monetization here on this video, but you know what Jon Moxley likes to do. I don't really see those things. I do see great things that MJF and Eli Drake, aka LA Knight, do get in the program. I see great things there. I do see things with FTR, like they could put on some really good matches. Some good thing with Will Ospreay, but there's just so many opportunities that LA Knight could make money in the business. But there's he's so close, He's so close to breaking it through in the WWE. I would hate to have so much invested in him for him to leave right now. It just makes no sense for him just to leave. You could say that he has every reason to leave. He has every notion to leave. He has no vote of confidence in the company because they have produced nothing with him. Everything that he's earned is because he's worked hard. But I really am positive and optimistic that this program, this little mini thing of him feuding with Logan Paul, saving Ray, feuding with Logan Paul, getting demolished by Bronson Reed, is the machine working behind him to build up sympathy. And the WWE has been using this card more than ever with their baby faces, is they're going to let him go away for a while, and then when he comes back, he's going to get a big pop. And already he's getting some good pops, and he's already getting those cheers, and he's already getting the chants and things like that, and people are on board with his gimmick. The only thing that's missing piece that's been missing for such a long time is the WWE machine working with it. And I think this is part of it, and I'm confident that LA Knight will remain a WWE superstar. And I like that little picture of the guy digging through the mines. We're literally right behind, like the littlest sliver behind all that diamond, all the gold for LA Knight. Let me know in the comments what you thought down below after Monday Night Raw, where LA Knight got squashed like a bug, flattened like a pancake. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.